Hi, I'm Travis Ryman, Superintendent of the Hillsboro School District. I want to thank the Hillsboro School District community for your continued support and commitment to our students and schools. We are committed to being responsible stewards of the resources entrusted to us, and that includes being open about the financial realities we face. Unfortunately, like many districts, we are facing budget challenges that will require difficult reductions. As we are approaching this process thoughtfully, we want to share information about our budget development process with you for the 2025-2026 school year. We have 3 goals for this video. 1, provide transparency around our budget situation. 2, share our anticipated budget shortfall and how it will be managed. And 3, collect questions and feedback from you so we can get you the answers you need to feel well informed.
Hi, I'm Scott Harrison, our District Financial Officer. School districts in Oregon get a majority of their money from the state, and the state determines its budget for schools and other agencies during the full legislative session in odd-numbered years. The state creates its budget every 2 years. We call that a biennium. So the budget we're talking about now is for the 2025 to 2027 biennium. Over the last 20 years, funding for K12 education has roughly doubled, from $4.9 billion in the 03-05 biennium to $10.2 billion in the 23-25 biennium. The state has added some extra funding over the years, like the High School Success Fund, the Student Success Act, and the Early Literacy Grant. However, the needs of our students, the services we are asked to provide, and therefore our costs have grown at a faster rate. And even with these additional sources of funding, expenses are outpacing our revenues. To fund schools, the state calculates what is called current service level, or CSL. Basically, CSL is the amount of money the state estimates we need to provide the same level of services in future years that we're providing today. Things like school staff, curriculum, and utilities. School districts haven't always agreed with how the state calculates CSL. To address those concerns, in the summer of 2024, Governor Kotek ordered the state to recalculate it to make it more accurate. However, after that recalculation was completed, school districts learned about increased PERS employer rates for the next biennium that were far greater than anticipated. In addition, the Hillsboro School District, along with others around the state, settled contracts with employee unions that outpace the rate of increase being considered by the legislature. Add to that, declining enrollment, increases to the cost of utilities, liability insurance, and other costs of doing business, as well as expenses related to a variety of unfunded mandates, and we're seeing districts around us, as well as ourselves, preparing for significant shortfalls in the next biennium. If we take the governor's proposed K-12 budget of $11.36 billion, this equates to a funding increase over the biennium of 11.4%. Because state school fund dollars are delivered to schools 49% in the first year and 51% in the second year of the biennium, this means our revenues will increase by approximately 5% in 2025 to 2026. We estimate our expenses over the same time frame to increase by more than 9%. This gap between revenue and expenses would equate to an estimated $20 million budget shortfall for HSD in the 25-26 school year if we didn't take any additional action.
Again, it's important to note that this is not just a Hillsboro School District problem. Most districts across the state are facing significant shortfalls, even those with additional sources of funding like local option levies and large ending fund balances. We always anchor to our core values, research-based best practices, and input from the community when we make tough budget decisions. We already went through a difficult process of prioritization when we determined how we would reduce services and staffing as pandemic relief funding ended. We also went through extensive feedback gathering for our integrated guidance and strategic planning processes, which helped us determine how to manage this additional $20 million reduction. We acknowledge that this news is difficult and that reductions may and will impact our classrooms, our staff, and our families. Because we are a people-centered organization and approximately 84% of our costs are connected to staff, our approach to managing the shortfall focuses primarily on staff reductions. Staff reductions are also considered sustainable because they save us money in both years of the biennium, whereas operational reductions are typically one-time savings that do not carry forward from one year to the next. We understand these reductions will significantly impact students, staff, and families, with potential changes including higher class sizes, longer wait times for services, transportation changes, and fewer resources for staff and students. However, we did our best to protect the student experience, preserve programs, maintain safe schools, and ensure system efficiency. What you will not see are wholesale reductions to music, athletics, career and technical programming, and other offerings that engage students in their education. Our sincerest hope is that additional money will be allocated to K12 education by the legislature, whether that's through an increase to the state school fund and/or increased funding for things like special education and summer programs. We also welcome actions that would reduce our expenses. There is still time for you to advocate with your elected officials. Find resources and legislator contact information on the Budget Matters page of our website. If you have questions or feedback for us to consider, please take a moment to complete this brief form. We will add questions and answers to our website for quick reference. We hope this video has been useful by 1. Providing budget transparency, 2. Explaining the budget shortfall and our management plan, and 3. Showing how to submit your questions and feedback. Thank you for your attention and advocacy. We remain deeply grateful for your partnership and will continue to navigate this together with transparency and care.